Good morning. Today I will be taking you through chapter 7, which is processing. So we are going to learn more about central processing unit, which is CPU. So what is CPU? CPU stands for central processing unit. Angata we call it a processor. So CPU is considered as the brain of the computer, and CPU performs all types of data processing. It stores data, intermediate results, instructions, program, and it controls the operation of all parts of the computer. So each and every process which takes place inside the computers is being done by the CPU. CPU consists of the following features. It performs all types of operations. It stores data, intermediate results, and instruction programs, and it controls the operation of all parts of the computer. So this is kind of a structure. You can see here we have the memory unit, we have the control unit, we have the arithmetic and the logic unit, then the output unit and the input unit. Set of instructions. The CPU for processing, then stored in the memory unit like temporarily. This is arithmetic operations whereby like multiplication, division, subtraction, addition takes place. Then after that, when this set of instructions have been processed, then the output will be given out. So we have input unit. This unit contains devices with the help of which we enter the data into a computer. And this unit makes a link between the user and the computer. The input devices translates information in the form understandable by the computer. So when you provide the instruction, like you type an assignment, you type your document, or you try to play some music or anything that you do in your computer, so you will be using the input unit for that. A CPU itself has the following three components, which is arithmetic, logic unit, ALU, memory unit, and the control unit. The output unit consists of devices with the help of which we get the information from the computer. So this unit link between the users and the computer. Output device translates the computer's output into the form understandable by the user. So with this one, whatsoever that has been processed by the CPU, when you are able to see the output, it's through the output unit. We have a memory or storage unit. This unit can store instructions, data, and immediate results. This unit supplies information to other units of the computer when needed. It is also known as an internal storage unit, a main memory, or a primary memory, random access memory. So its size affects speed, power, and capability. So you'll be having a 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB, 32 GB RAM. So that's why its size. If it's 2 GB, it means the speed is not that much. We have 1 GB also. We used to have maybe 500 MB. Yeah. So the speed, the size of the memory affects the speed. It means if it's 4 GB, it means it has the better speed. It's powerful and better capabilities. Let's continue. It stores final results of processing before these results are released to an output devices. All inputs and outputs are transmitted through the main memory. We also have a control unit. This unit controls the operation of all parts of the computer but does not carry out any actual data processing operations. Functions of this unit are: it is responsible for controlling the transfer of data and instruction among other units of the computer. It manages and coordinates all the units of the computer. So it's like the engine. It controls, make sure that all parts of the computers are working together. Yeah, so it obtains the instruction from the memory, interprets them, and directs the operations of the computer. It communicates with input or output devices for transfer of data or results from storage. It does not process or store any data. We have ALU, arithmetic logic unit. This unit consists of two subsections. These two subsections are arithmetic section and logic section. So the arithmetic section, functions of arithmetic section is to perform arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All complex operations are done by making repetitive use of the above operations. We also have a logic section. Functions of the logic section is to perform logic operations such as comparing, selecting, matching, and merging of data. So these are the two subsections of arithmetic logic unit, which is arithmetic section and the logic section. So we have a motherboard. The motherboard serves as a simple platform to connect all of the parts of a computer together. A motherboard connects CPU, memory, hard drives, optical drives, video card, sound card, and other ports and expansion cards directly or via the cable. It can be considered as the backbone of a computer. So this is the figure. This drawing is a figure for motherboard. It has different parts. You can see the CPU, you can see these are the memory slot. Yeah, so this platform is the CPU socket where we put a CPU. Yeah, they are labeled here. If you want to learn which part is this, then you can just read through this, then you will see. So we have features of the motherboard. Motherboard varies greatly in supporting various types of the components. Normally a motherboard supports a single type of a CPU and few types of memories. Video cards, hard drives, sound cards have to be compatible with the motherboard to function properly. A motherboard's case and power supply must be compatible to work properly together. So let's go through the description of the motherboard. The motherboard is mounted inside the case and is securely attached via small screws through a pre-drilled holes. Motherboard contains ports to connect all of the internal components, and it provides a single socket for CPUs, where for memory normally one or more slots are available. Motherboards provides ports to attach floppy drive, hard drive, optical drives via ribbon cables. Motherboards carries fans of the computer, and a special port designed for power supply. There is a peripherals card slot in front of the motherboard, using which video cards, sound cards, and other expansion cards can be connected to the motherboard. On the left side, motherboards carry a number of ports to connect monitor, printer, mouse, keyboard, speaker, network cables. Motherboard also provide USB ports, which allow compatible devices to be connected in, plugged in, or out fashion, for example, pen drive, digital cameras, and so forth. So processing speed system, a clock tick, is the smallest unit of time in which processing happens. It is sometimes called a cycle. So this is what takes place inside the motherboard. What we say motherboard, it's responsible for processing the instructions. So some types of work can be done in one cycle, while others require many. The ticking of these clocks is what drives the various circuits in the PCs, and the faster they tick, the more performance you get from your machine. we have what you call a bus. A bus is a set of electrical contactors that carry signals, usually to convey data or to specify and address a number like a page number. So we have a bus, which is a set of electrical contactors that carry signal. So in order for information to move from one component to another component inside the computer, we use what you call the bus. So it's the one that helps us to transfer the data. So we have internal bus and external bus. The internal bus is also known as internal bus, data bus, memory bus or system bus. Front side bus connects all the internal components of the computer, such as CPU, memory to motherboard. Internal data buses are also referred to as local buses because they are intended to connect to local devices. This bus is typically rather quick and is independent of the rest of the computer operation. These are the ones that connect different components of the computer within the motherboard, like CPU, memory, and so forth. So we also have external bus. The external bus or expansion bus is made up of the electronic pathways that connects the different external devices, such as printer or to the other computer. You can connect different computers. So when you connect, maybe you have things like the cable that connects the computer, the computer to the printer, or you connect one computer to another computer. Those are the external buses. So this marks the end of our lecture for today. Let me see you in the next lecture. Thank you.